say that with more awareness comes more pain, but after that pain is a beautiful journey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fearless Woman podcast. I am so excited to be here, and I am so excited that you are here. My name is Lorena Garfi. I am your Fearless Authenticity Coach. And today we have with us somebody that is not only an incredible coach, but her story warmed my heart, and I really cannot wait for you to get to know her and learn from her and be in touch by her story, by her presence, and by her love. And without any further ado, let's welcome to the Fearless Podcast, Kirsten Hammer. Kirsten, welcome.
Hi, how are you? I'm so excited to do this.
I am so excited that finally you are here with us, and I am going to be able to share everything with the audience that you taught me, and I'm just super excited. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
you
How
look
are
fantastic.
you? Oh,
I
thank
am
you.
great. I'm doing great, and I'm really excited. I really don't want to waste any more time. How
Sure.
about you introduce yourself to our audience, Kirsten?
Yeah, sure. My name is Kirsten. I'm a resilience health coach. I want to help people that have mental or physical health conditions live their best life. I'm a mom of two little kids, and I believe my sole purpose in life is to help people and to be a mom. So,
That is that is beautiful, and that is a beautiful purpose. And we know it's not easy, right? Trying to do the things that we feel is our purpose, and also take care of our family, right? It's tough. It's tough, but we're doing it. You are doing it as well. I know what you're talking about. And I want to ask you before we dig deep into your story, what does fearless means to you?
fearless to me means doing what you feel in your heart and soul, no matter what anyone else says. You just want to do what you feel inside your soul.
Yeah, I love that definition. I love that definition. Is true. It's just like doing the thing no matter what, following your instincts, your true self. That's a beautiful way to put it. And can you please tell me about a time where being fearless was your only option?
I have been through so many mental and physical health conditions. Like, I feel like my whole life has been about being
Mm.
fearless and resilient. Um, I was diagnosed with ADHD senior year of high school. I was going through, like, in 2005, a really hard mental challenge. And I got on medication and I was better. Um, and then in 2015, I just got married and we moved into our new house. And I was waking up feeling like I had the flu every day and almost passing out. And I knew something wasn't right. So I went to my doctor and she mentioned POT syndrome. So I made an appointment with a cardiologist and got all the testing done. And I did have POT syndrome. And that changed my whole life because POTS is when you change positions and your heart rate elevates abnormally. So you have to be really careful. It feels like you're working out all the time. I got my treatment plan and started doing cardiac rehab, and I got better. Um, so I feel like that was definitely a time where I got better. I was fearless. I figured out what was going on, got a treatment plan, and did the treatment plan and got better.
Oh yeah, is a great example. And it's interesting because I have never heard about PAT syndrome before. So thank you for clarifying what that is. And that might have been terrifying, right? Like your heart rate going fast while you're just like changing position. That has to be something. Did you already have children at that time?
I did not have children at that time. So I could be like really consistent with the cardiac rehab and like going to these appointments and really figuring it out. Um, so I was lucky in that fact that I had the time to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Thank goodness. I'm glad. Yes. And I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but what brought you to coaching and how did you choose your niche?
Yeah, I was a medical assistant for about 10 years. I absolutely loved medical assisting. I loved talking to everyone and helping patients and learning about their stories. And I got really sick after having COVID, and I physically couldn't do medical assisting anymore. And I fought that tooth and nail until my body basically just like gave out on me. And so I was devastated, but also I'm a very determined person. So I was determined to find something where I could help people that I could physically do. And that's when I saw life coaching and Jay Shetty's life coaching school. And all his values lined up with my values. And it was just a really good fit. And I'm so grateful to have the community. And I was just, I feel like I was made to be a life coach. I feel like I've gone through all these mental and physical health conditions to help others who go through health conditions feel less alone and live the life that they desire.
Yeah. Isn't that thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that with us, first of all. But isn't that so strange how life works, right? You had to go through something that was very hurtful, and in a way that was a gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a gift because of that you're one person, but because of that, you're helping so many people already, not just through your coaching, which you do, but also just being out here and sharing your story. So sometimes I feel like as human beings, which is normal, something happens to us and we become a victim, right?
Yeah.
Oh, poor me, this happened to me. Why? Or like we get pissed off at life and we go the opposite. No, you know what I
Oh
mean.
gosh, yes.
I'm sure you know people like that as well. That something happened and they go the opposite way. But you chose to turn your pain into your purpose.
I did. Yeah. Yep.
And that is just so beautiful. And imagine if it was more people like you, like us, like life coaches, that they use our pain for our purpose in the world. I mean, what a beautiful world that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You're touching my heart. Thank you.
Oh, you are touching my heart. But you are a piece of a domino. You know, it's like one person really can change the world because you go ahead and change so many lives that they might be inspired by you and go and change so many lives. And what a beautiful thing that we're living in this time where people is opening their mind to something like coaching, to something like spirituality, to purpose, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So I take that, of course, that's why you chose your niche, because obviously you have the knowledge, the experience, and the passion when it comes to resilience and health.
Yeah, I life coached myself through all these experiences, to be honest.
Yes, yeah. And why do you think it's important for women to to learn and to use and to get coached on your niche on health and resilience?
I think a lot of times people feel ashamed or fearful that they're going through these things that maybe not everyone is going through. And you do feel alone, and it does change your life. There are a lot of emotions. And I think it's important for everyone to feel seen, heard, and valued for who they are, no matter what. And I want to be that safe space where they see that. And you're not just your illness, you can do what you want to do in life still. And I think sometimes you get stuck on, I have a health condition, I can't do what I want to do. I know I was in 2015, and it's not true. There
Yeah,
are still so many things that you can conquer, and you can live that kind of life that you want to live.
yeah, yeah. And that was going to be my next question is like, when you find yourself in a position like you did, right? What obstacles do women face, and that also probably the ones that you face when trying to get better and to stand up for yourself? And do you find that there is a lot of obstacles in the way?
I think it's really important to align yourself with the right people and support and really supportive people, because the people who you're hanging out with and the people who you go to for support, if they're not in that position and state of mind, it can actually make you go lower. So, not only like if you have a physical health condition, it can make your mental health also suffer if you're not aligned with the right support people in your life. And that has been a very big awakening for me. Um, Also, just like challenges in 2015 were like the victim state. I'm never going to get better. Why is this happening to me? But you can change that perspective, which I have learned, to learning lessons and gratitude for what you do have, and to love the little things in life.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, gratitude, I feel like is so healing. I mean, when you're focusing on being grateful, like you cannot focus on anything else. So for people that's going through things that like you went through, besides gratitude, which could be other ways to overcome the fear, the resistance, because sometimes it's our own resistance of things. Like you said, we have these saboteurs that make us feel, oh, poor me, things like that, um, or limiting beliefs, you know what I mean? Or feeling like we're not strong enough, we're not enough to deal with what's happening. So gratitude, I think, is a fantastic way to overcome those fears and those obstacles. Anything else? What else can you think that that it was useful for you and could be useful for women going through what you went through?
Journaling and reflecting on why things are the way they are, or why you're experiencing these emotions and feelings, and releasing those emotions is really important. Um, because when you don't release them, they're still inside you.
Yeah.
And so have your emotions. Emotions are good. Release them and then move on. It doesn't have to be something where you're just like stuck in that emotion, but you do have to release it or else it gets stuck in your body, I believe. Something else that was really helpful for me was to look at pictures at times where I was really happy,
Hmm.
to remember those times like, oh, I can get back to that. Like, I was happy. Like, I loved my life then. I can get back to that place.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love the picture, and I have things to share with you about all that too. So I love journaling. I love that you said journaling. Personally, I struggle with journaling. I try to do it. I have my journal, but I know it works. And a lot of my clients, like I have them going through exercises through journaling because a lot of people like you is super, super useful, right?
Hmm.
And like you said, start journaling, first of all, being aware. It's like you said, you have to know how you feel. How am I feeling, right?
Hmm.
So I'm feeling dark and down and trapped or whatever it is, and then recognize the feeling and just put it on paper. And then once you have the feeling on paper, Kirsten, what do you think would be like a couple of important questions for somebody that will be journaling to have as a prompt? First of all, what am I feeling? You said that. What else do you think it could be another big question?
Why am I feeling this way? What can I do to get over this feeling? Maybe like also ask what kinds of things can help me with this feeling.
Like people, like you were talking about,
Yeah.
surrounding yourself with people that's in your side, that's going to lift you up, not push you down.
Yeah. Or even like hobbies, like spirituality and like astrology was huge for me. Or like even podcasts or whatever like makes your soul light up. Um, take mental health days like physical sick days too. And I worked in outpatient psychiatry, and that's something that really was like validated and pushed was that mental health days, take mental health days. Like they're just as important as sick days. I'm sorry, like my
No, of course, of course.
sorry.
Yes, and I agree. And I feel like our generation is actually the first generation of taking that serious because
Mhm.
even when I was a teenager, it was not talk about mental health. It's like tough cookie. Everybody goes through the same. Oh, take an aspirin.
Right, yeah, yeah.
It was almost like I remember being little and even my family looking down upon people that will go to a shrink or to talk about mental health. It's like, oh, come on, everyone's to say you got to be strong. What is that all about? And I'm
Hmm.
just so happy. And you have children, so I'm sure it came to your mind that sometimes I just want to show up at the school and be like, I just wanted to, let's start a new subject right here, mental health.
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
I feel like
Mental health awareness in schools. Yes,
yes, we need to
yes.
start talking about it because kids need to realize that it's normal, that we
Hmm.
all go through the same things. Some people talks about it, some people keeps it inside, but since we are little, we go through things. And if we keep them inside, like you said, when you keep a feeling inside, it's like almost if you're growing a baby, but then you never give birth. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, right.
It's like you need
Yeah.
to get that out. And I love it. That question, why? Why do I feel this way? Why? and be specific. I feel like this when
Mhm.
this person talks to me, and why that person, right?
Right.
And where does that come from? This is just something that is so basic and free, but so important. Awareness, awareness, awareness.
Yes.
I didn't even know what awareness meant until just I started like doing my coaching. And now it's like my favorite word because awareness is just starts everything. It stops me
It
from
does.
doing stupid things that I will regret for decades. First
Hmm.
of all, it just makes me make the choices that to be a better person, to leave the world a better place, to not hurt people just by being aware. But a lot of us, first of all, we don't know until we
Hmm.
know. And we don't want to.
Yeah.
Because once you see something, you cannot
Yeah.
unsee it,
You cannot. No. No.
right? Like, I'm going to tell you something so silly, just so it's understandable. Before
Hmm.
I was aware, I will go to the grocery store and leave my cart in between the cars. And I didn't think anything about it. Then, I start becoming a better person and I start being aware of the things that I did.
Hmm.
So I was like, no, I'm just going to leave it close to the door. And then I'm like, I'm just going to leave it in the place where all the cards go with said cards. And then I'm going to leave it there. And now I cannot get myself, even if I'm in a crazy hurry, I have to walk all the way to put the car where it belongs
Yeah.
because I'm aware and I know better. And when you know better, if you go against your values, because your values will grow and you have more values, so you change,
Yes.
Now, one of my values is respect.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
huge one.
It's
So
huge. Yes.
when we go against our values, it's that we're fighting against ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not going to feel good about ourselves,
No. Mm-mm.
right? So awareness is huge. Thank you for having this conversation.
Yeah. No, I always say that with more awareness comes more pain, but after that pain is a beautiful journey.
Yes, yes. Things. If you do the hard thing at the moment that you're supposed to, everything will flow easier in the big picture. The
Yes.
long term is going to be easy. And I know we talked about purpose, but I love the subject of purpose. So, did your purpose started when you got sick, or you already had that little nudge inside, um, trying to find your purpose or knowing what your purpose was?
I knew I've always wanted to help people, actually, ever since 2005 when I went through the mental health struggles. That really opened my eyes. I actually remember writing a paper about wanting to be a psychiatrist to help people. Um, but the thing that changed my total perspective on life was when I gave birth to my daughter in 2018. Um, I started After I delivered her, I started bleeding out and they didn't know why I was bleeding out. So they rushed me, code blued me to the OR, and I was awake the whole time. So I saw the panic and the doctors and nurses' eyes as they're injecting me with a bunch of stuff to try to get me to stop bleeding, asking me for consents for blood transfusions. And I remember praying to God to please let me survive because all ever wanted to be was a mom and I wanted to see my daughter grow up. And then right after that, they figured out why I was bleeding and they stopped it. And I lost 3 liters of blood and needed 6 blood transfusions, but I was alive and so grateful.
Oh,
So grateful. And it really taught me to appreciate the little moments in life because life is so short. And it could be taken away so quickly. And then try to enjoy every minute. I'm not going to say that life isn't hard. Life is really hard and it can be really challenging, but just know that it will get better always. And that changed my whole perspective on life. It was like a rebirth for me. It wasn't trauma for me. Like I know some people would think that's trauma, but for me, it was a rebirth in life.
Yeah, I get it, and it's hard for a lot of people to get this message,
Yeah.
because things happen and it's like why, and it's the end of the world, and I get it. These
Yeah.
things are terrible, they're hurtful, they're so scary. But what I learned with age is just to even when something it seems terrible, right? Trying to be what is the lesson, the
Yeah.
gift of the opportunity, and it seems that you had many cases like that because you share with us too, but I know you, we talked about other things already
Yeah, I
together,
have.
so yeah,
Yeah.
so
Just
I
last
know,
year.
yeah, I know that you went through a lot, and that's where being resilient is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
but honestly, I don't know if I would have thought that if it wasn't for the near death experience, because that did change everything. Because I was severely sick again after COVID. And I always went back to being grateful no matter what because I was alive. And I am getting to see, like, even though like I'm severely sick in bed, I still get to see my kids. I still get to hold them. I still get a chance at life.
Yes. Oh my God. And I love it. And I wish for everyone to get the magic of this feeling that you have, because that's it. I mean, life, we are all going to go through something. And if you don't go through something, that is going through something.
That actually is. Yeah. I mean,
Because
yeah,
you're going
very
to not
true.
going through something, well, that's
There's
terrible just by itself, because
true.
we have all these feelings.
Yes.
We're here to feel all the feelings, you
That's
know?
a part of being beautiful, a beautiful, unique human
Yeah, this is
is
life.
feelings. Yeah.
And
Yep.
some people we see, right? Like you tell your story, or like I could tell my story, but like I had a life that anyone would see that say that in paper was perfect, that everyone could be one in my life. And all the darkness that I went through, all the pain that sometimes not wanted to be around anymore. You know what I mean? That sometimes even
Yeah.
that's even difficult to say because it will go inside. Nobody will see it. Everything
Mhm.
was here. Everything
Yeah.
was here,
Mhm.
right? And fighting those battles without talking about it, without sharing, without knowing that maybe somebody else is going through the same thing. I think it's a huge responsibility for us as human beings, especially for us that we choose to be life coaches, that we choose to guide people in their journey to make their life better and to navigate the challenges that they are unavoidable, to share our story.
I very much believe that too.
Please, please continue to share your story and inspire others, because you share your story, somebody, and how does it feel to give birth to that feeling after keeping it inside for so long? It's like, oh my God, that alone will just help you so much. You know?
Yeah, I mean, just thinking about it now, like just sharing my story. I've always shared my story, just even on social media before I was a life coach, because I do believe in human connection. I've
Yeah.
always believed in that. But like my like friends come to me like about what is going on with them health wise, and anyone knows that they can come to me,
Yeah.
and that that makes me happy because I really truly do want to help people. Everyone deserves happiness in this world,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. And it's like you say, it's like to help people, you don't have to have trillions of dollars to give away. You
No.
don't have to spend 24 hours a day digging holes or doing, you just have to be real.
Yeah.
You have to be you. You have to be generous with your story. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be fearless. You have to
Yeah.
be, because that's what fearless is being vulnerable. It's talking about the worst things that are happening to you,
Mhm.
knowing that you're almost like an open wound, that anything can go through it, but be like, listen, this is it.
Yeah.
Is going to help you. I mean, that is being fearless. That is having courage. And you deserve a fearless crown, my lady.
Thank you. I'm the fearless princess.
Oh, so beautiful. Just talking to you, it just makes me so, it gives me such a loving feeling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me ask you something. I want to talk to you about so many things. We need like 5 hours. Uh, um, what has it been like your biggest tool in your personal growth?
Going through the childhood trauma and diving deep, digging deep to why you are the way you are and healing yourself. It is hard, but it is so worth it.
It's worth it.
It's so worth it. Yes.
So if we want to put it in simple words, will you say get to know yourself since the moment
Yeah.
you were born? Just
Yep.
get to know who you truly are. Well, I'm an authenticity coach. So for me, it all starts with who you are. And you are the essence. You are the spark that was born until that was taken away from society, from
Yep.
parents, your teachers, politicians, your peers, you name it, right?
Right.
So remember who you are. Get to know yourself
Yes.
and be true to yourself
Yeah.
and be that person that you're meant to be. Yes, that is such a simple, yet again, free advice.
Yes. Yes.
And isn't it beautiful, like going back in time in your head? Sometimes I go to sleep and I just take myself to those moments when I was a child. Do you do that sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah, I do a lot of Disney World.
Yeah, hey, that's
I'm a
your tool
Disney
right there.
girl.
Another tool right there.
Yeah. Think of the Disney castle.
Oh, yes. Remember for us to be childlike.
Yes.
There's nobody said, there's not a law that says that we cannot keep acting like kids and having fun like kids and enjoying the little thing, but we just
Yes.
stopped doing it. We stopped doing
No,
it.
we're so focused on like success and money and all these other things that society brings to us. It's the little things in life, like seeing a butterfly or like seeing a beautiful flower. I actually get that from my son. Well, he gets that from me because like my son, just everything is fascinating to him, like water trickling down and stuff like that. And I'm like the same exact way. I get so excited about the little things.
Yeah, how beautiful. But that's an exercise because, we are already,
Yeah.
this is the thing, we're like this, those little rubber band balls. We're a little ball that is so happy and bouncy. And then, life
Yep.
happens. You shouldn't sing like that. You shouldn't color outside the lines. What are you doing dancing like a crazy? And then we have all those rubber bands. We need to start pulling that stuff out.
We do. Yeah. That's one of
Yeah.
my fears for my kids. Like, I don't want, because my kids are very strong-willed, especially my daughter, and determined, and she has a lot of fire and passion. And I want her to always keep that.
Yes.
I don't want society to ruin that. I want her to keep that. I want my son to keep his such an intelligent, unique mind and his just pure innocence, like to be his authentic self. Like when he wants to wear a dress, like he's so happy. He wants to get his nails, like, polished like his sister. He's so happy. Like just that pureness of like his soul. And I just think like society, like, says, I hope society doesn't take that away from them.
Well, it's you, he has you as a mother, but this is something, that it should be a message for moms everywhere. I get so happy when my kids do something that they're not supposed to. No, not a mean thing. No, but you know
Yes.
what I mean? That society. And I'm like, yes, is that what you want to do? You do that.
Yes.
You just be you, do what you feel. It's
Yes.
okay. We are all different. We all have a different gift. Don't push that down because that's
Yeah.
going to make you feel like you're dead inside.
Yeah.
And there's so many people walking around life like zombies
Yes.
because they're scared of what other people is going to think. They're scared of being judged. I'm like, drop the mask. Stop
Yeah.
judging. If you stop judging, you're gonna not be scared of being judged anymore because that's not gonna be part.
Right.
Yeah, stop doing all that, and then
Right.
you're gonna feel like, okay, I can be me.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
it's just, it's good to be. It's good to be you. Um, so going back to coaching a little bit.
Yeah.
Why do you think coaching is important to empower women?
Because a lot of women don't know what they want, who they are, what they want. Society defines us. Like the Barbie movie, like that whole quote that America Ferrara did. Like it's so true. Like no one knows. Some people know, but most people don't who they are, what they want to do, what makes their soul light up. And coaching gives you that, even with like, especially with health conditions. Like you think you're so almost like not like quote unquote normal. However, there to me, there is no quote unquote normal in life. Um, but there's still so much that you can enjoy and that can make you happy. And also, women are go, go, go. They do not have time to ever think about themselves. And life coaching is important because it gives you that time to go within, to feel those emotions, to figure out what you want in life.
Yeah, without being judged.
Correct. Yes.
You have an open space without being judged, and somebody that's actually seeing the big picture, the things that you don't see, like all the limiting beliefs, the fears, it's like, what about this? What about that? And then it's it's so powerful. Like I agree, you put it so simple and beautiful. They have the space to be
Yep.
themselves without being
Yep.
judged. And it's what we said before. Once you are you, it's very hard going back to be someone else.
It's
It's
impossible.
impossible.
It's impossible.
It's
Yeah.
impossible because you might have been living the life, like you said, especially women, or what America Ferrara was saying in that movie. I posted that. I love that.
I
I
love it
watch
too.
it. I watch it. So now that you said it, I'm gonna watch it again. I love, and I was a little judgmental about that movie because when Barbie came out, I was like, oh, Barbie, boo boo boo. Now everybody has to
Yeah.
be like Barbie, and everybody was going, and I was like, really? You went to see that movie? And people that I thought, I was like, okay, I'm going. And I went and I loved it. I
Yes.
loved it.
Yes.
Such a surprise. It was such an amazing message. And what she says, he said, we do, okay, you're a wife now. Now you have to do everything that you're supposed to. You have to pretend that you like it. And we end up believing that we like it.
Right.
When we do something so long and we tell everybody how much we love it, we believe it. And we are selfish if we do something for others, for ourselves. No, I'm a
Yep.
mother, so I should sacrifice absolutely everything. I should have no life, no career, no
Yep.
money, and everything. And we have to be everything for everybody. We forget
Yep.
who we are. And we have
Yeah.
to look good doing it.
Right.
You're a
Yep.
girl. So
Yep.
please, what are you wearing? Good Lord, fix that hair.
Right. Right. Yeah.
What's up with that? And then we have all that pressure of how we have
Yep.
to look because of social media, advertising. But
Oh,
I
and we can't dress too provocative or else that'll make guys look at us.
it's your fault.
It's
It's
our
not, yeah,
fault.
it's your fault too. God forbid. Don't
Yeah.
look, yeah, no. But
Sorry.
I'm but I'm happy people is having this kind of conversations, and I really
It's
hope a
important.
lot of people listen to this interview because I love everything about your message. And we're coming to the end, so I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you again. I'm gonna pick another topic altogether, and I'm gonna get you here again.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to share with our audience, if you want to, a success story that you had during coaching?
Yes. A person came to me pretty depressed. She was someone who never thought of herself, really was concerned about making other people happy, but not about making herself happy. And the transformation I've seen in her has just been beautiful. She puts those boundaries up now. She is doing more things for herself. She is really becoming her own person
Yeah.
and not what other people are telling her who she is. She's being herself.
Yeah.
And it's just so beautiful to see. I'm so proud of her.
I mean, I can see how happy and emotional you get just thinking about it. But this is it. This is why we do what we do. This is why you
This
are,
is, yeah.
because, and I guess good goosebumps yet again. Um, when we see our clients come out of the shell, discovering who they are,
Yeah.
and be like, wow, I like me. I'm enough, just like that. Everything about me, it's okay. It's just like, yeah, it's like you want to go and tap people in the shoulder and
Yeah.
just like, come on, let me tell you about you. Just drop
Yes.
everything else. It's so much easier to be yourself. Yes,
Yeah.
please continue doing that and continue being yourself. And I have a couple of more questions before we close
Sure.
up today. Um, can you think about 3 women that they've been or they are your role models or that you admire?
Yes. Sorry. I am just getting over a cold, the cold that lasts forever. So
Forever. Same 2 weeks.
forever.
Yep.
Yes. Like, oh my goodness. Sorry. Yes. My Oma, her strength and determination has always given me courage.
Did you say your own mom? You said your mom?
My Oma. My Oma, my grandma.
Oh, okay.
Oma, sorry, yeah, Oma is grandma in German. She's German.
Oh, yes. Your
So
grandma's been one of
my
you.
grandma, yeah,
Wow.
my dad's mom.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so yeah, she's gone through so much in life too, but she kept going up until 80. Like, so she was like BA to me, like, she was, yeah. My daughter has an absolute heart of gold. She just wants to take care of everyone. She is so friendly, so outgoing. she just like lights up my world. Like I remember when we were at Cleveland Clinic for one of her appointments at the big main campus, we were sitting waiting and she was just like waving to everyone. And the joy that people saw from her, I saw the joy back from them and like their faces light up. She lights people up.
Mm.
She's so special. And she's such a blessing because we survived her birth together. She survived with me. She also had complications.
Oh,
Yeah. She is, yeah, she is definitely someone
like mommy.
who's teaching. Thank you. Yeah. People do say, they do say that, but and I guess maybe I should give myself credit for that because I need to start working on that. Like I see the beauty in everyone and I need to start seeing it in myself
Yeah,
too.
because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then the third person is my best friend Melissa.
Oh,
She has been through so much in her life, but she never gives up and she's following her dream. And she's kind and supportive and empathetic. And we went through this spiritual journey together. And she's just such an amazing human, truthfully. I've known her since first grade. And I just love her.
yes. See, those are the little angels that you have.
Yes.
Those are your little angels. And this is the fun one. I love this question. If your life was a movie, what would be the title?
It's about the journey and it's going to be okay.
Yes. It's about the journey and it's going to be okay. Yeah, I love it. I watch it. I buy it. I don't rent it. I buy it.
You bet.
Any last piece of advice?
Yes. It is okay to not be okay sometimes. It will always get better. And if you ever need anything, reach out for support. I believe there is always a rainbow after the storm. It may take a little bit, but it will always get better.
Yes.
Always.
Yes, I love that. This has been so, 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 so amazing. I miss you already.
I
We have to
know.
do this again.
Yes, definitely.
Can you please tell our fearless women out there where they can find you to work with you or to follow you on social media? Tell us everything.
Yes, my Instagram is at Kirsten, Kirsten, cares, CARES 2023.
Okay.
My website is kirstencares.com. And then I also have a Facebook group, Kirsten Cares.
Oh, that is beautiful. Well, I know I'm going to be connecting with you.
Thank you.
That's for
Yeah,
sure. I want to thank you
of course.
from the bottom of my heart. This was so beautiful. I wish you nothing but the best. You're going to go out there and change lives and keep spreading love and light. You are amazing. And thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing your time with us.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.